Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to Apron Strings. It's Sunday morning here, and I'm going to make a lunch for us today, and I have a friend that's going to stop by. So I've got a meatloaf in the oven, and I've showed y'all how I make meatloaf before, and I measured, but today I wasn't going to measure. So I'll tell you right quick, it's ground beef, cream of mushroom soup, onion soup mix, onion and garlic powder, salt and pepper, a little bit of oatmeal, and an egg. And I just do it, I just mix it. So I've got my meatloaf in the oven, but I've got a couple of side dishes that I'm going to fix to go with it, so I thought I would show y'all what I'm going to do. Now, one of my sweet subscribers, Becky, sent me a recipe for a green bean casserole that her aunt made for all the special holidays, and she said that she makes it and it takes them back. And I've made a green bean casserole, and probably every one of y'all have at some point, but I've never seen a recipe just like this one. So we're going to get over here to the butcher block and get this in my pretty red baking dish, and we're going to have a green bean casserole today. And then I've got one more side dish that I'm going to show y'all that I'm making. So get on over here and get your spot. Randy and Monica's going to be pushing to get to the front. That's okay. They already called first dibs on the first seat. Y'all come on over here and let's get this made. Okay, the first thing we need to do is drain 2 cans of green beans, and or you can use your own canned green beans. If I did that, I'd use a couple of pints probably. But I'm just going to take these over to the sink and drain them. This is the 14... Whoop. I guess I'm going to drain them right here. I can't see it, I don't have my glasses on, but it's a big can of green beans. Let me blot up my mess here a little bit. I don't like it. Y'all do that? Y'all make messes? I know how to clean them up because I'm a cleaner-upper, so that works. And we're going to need a can of cream of mushroom or chicken soup. And she said it, Aunt Dora said it has to be Campbell's. So if y'all don't live where you can get Campbell's, I don't know what you're going to do on this recipe. So we've got that ready. So it says just to put it all in your pan, all but your French fried onions. And I'm going to spray this with a little olive oil spray just in case it wants to stick. And I got this at Aldi. Good prices, good products. So I'm going to put my green beans in, 2 cans. Get that in there. Well, we had a flood last night, let me tell you. Sometimes when we get an abnormally lot of rain, I have a little bit of water that comes in one end of my sunroom, and that was happening. Well, I just knew that this morning it was going to be flooded, but thank God it wasn't. But it rained all night long. Okay, the recipe also calls for 1½ tablespoons of soy. See, I've never had that in one before, so I think this is going to be very interesting. There's 1, and I'm going to guesstimate 1/2. There's my soy. And then 4 to 6 tablespoons of Velveeta cheese. Now, I know some of y'all can't get Velveeta, and I chose, and she said that she does this, chose to use these packets that you can get of the Velveeta cheese sauce because I don't want to cut some off of my regular Velveeta and then have to use the rest of it. So there's 1. I think I'll squeeze this whole packet in there, and I may be a little shy, but that's okay. It'll be cheesy. Tell y'all something that's good. Sometimes if you cook corn, just like with butter and seasoning in it, whole kernel, and you have some left and you want to use that for another meal, but you'd really like to change it up a little bit, stir you some cheese in it. My family loves cheese corn. She said her aunt would make her own, and I might do that, but I've got a bag here that I need to use up a few bits that I had bought at Costco. So I'm just going to chunk those in there, and that's going to be my bacon bits. Now we're going to put this into a 350-degree oven, And I'm going to bake it until it's all bubbly, and then I'm going to uncover it and put my French fried onions on the top and then let it cook until they're a little bit brown. Looks like cheesy green beans to me, and I know it's going to taste amazing. Now, the soy had some salt in it, as you well know, and so did the soup. So there's no salt in it. Oh my goodness, that's good. Different. Okay, I'm going to get me something and kind of wipe the inside of this a little bit before I put it in the oven. But I'm going to bake it, and then I'll show y'all what it looks like. I needed to come out here and clip some cilantro, so I thought that I would show y'all my Peggy Martin rose that's just loaded with blooms. Okay, this is all definitely still a work in progress. I've got herbs in pots. And my airplane plant that's got to be moved. This is the stove that I got that burned at April's. It's an Aga. And the stuff on top of it's not going to stay there, but I'm putting the words herbs up above it on the building. And all of that over there is herbs. Now let me get over here and show you what I've done with some more stuff. I had these chairs. I bought the table and chairs that I never got bottoms put in them. So I took black buckets that would fit down in the seat, and I've got herbs planted in them. So that's a lemon thyme, pineapple sage, yarrow, lemon, is it verbena? And then I've got my cilantro over here that I am fixing to clip some so I can take it in the house and use it in the casserole that we're going to have in a little bit. And it needs clipping because it was getting too leggy. My little Pampered Chef herb scissors from Lord knows how long ago. Okay, I'm going to take y'all back inside. You can see over yonder, just a minute, my hammocks maybe. I'm going to give y'all a yard tour before long. It's getting like I want it. Okay, I've got my casserole out and it's all bubbly, and I'm just going to sprinkle, and I buy these onions in the big old bag at Costco, so I'll just reach in and get me a handful. I like them. They make a good snack too. Just sprinkle them on the top, which is kind of traditional on a green bean casserole. They have the French fried onions, but I've never had one with the Velveeta and the soy and all in it, so that's going to be interesting. If you're not familiar with the queso fresco cheese, this is what it looks like. It's a Mexican cheese, and it's delicious. So I'm going to get the street corn going here where I can get it into the oven and get it to baking. My green bean casserole is almost done, so I'll be showing y'all that in a minute. But I need to put 2 cups of frozen corn, and if I had more time, I would spread it on a cookie sheet and roast it, but I don't have time to do that. And then I need a half a teaspoon of chili powder, and then I've got garlic powder, salt, and I couldn't find my cayenne, so I just used red pepper flakes, and the measurements are in the recipe. So I'm going to stir this up and try to get a little bit of it all over the corn. And I need sour cream, a half a cup. And 1/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. You know, when you make Mexican street corn, you grill it with mayonnaise on it, cilantro, all of that. So you've got all your flavors going on, but it's in this dish in the oven. So let me get my mayonnaise mixed on this frozen corn. I wish it would have thawed, but I didn't have time to wait. I need to get lunch ready. I've got another treat coming up for y'all. I got me an arrow garden, and I've got it put together. Richard put it together for me, but he didn't want me filming him doing it. So I'm going to bring y'all along when I put the pods in it and start growing. And I will keep y'all updated as it progresses. I like the idea of having it because just like right now, the sun has come out after a huge flood last night. And I hope it doesn't scald our garden, but that's happened before. Beautiful garden, and then it just wilts to nothing. So if I have some stuff growing in here in the aerial garden, it'll grow year round. I don't have to worry about the outside weather. It's a hydroponic system. So we'll see. Well, they don't want you to get into this and get a bite at the store, so they make it real hard to open. And it's crumbly, okay? One day I was at Sam's and they had taken this and crumbled it and mixed it with green onions and a little tomato, and they made a good thing out of it. And that called for 1/4 of a cup. I miss those crumbles some in. And I'm going to put me a pinch of cilantro in the corn, and then I will put some on top in a minute. It's hard to do anything when everything's gotten cold from the frozen cheese. It's not wanting to stir too well. But this has all the components of your grilled Mexican street corn, except I did not roast my corn. In fact, if you had your grill going, you could grill it, you could roast it on the grill and get that really smoked flavor in it, but not have to mess with corn cobs everywhere. One of my most requested things from Lauren, April's daughter, is Mexican street corn. She loves it. Okay, I'm going to taste it. Got all the flavors. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. And I'm going to get it into the oven and let it cook. And then we'll garnish it with some more of the cheese and a little bit more cilantro. Okay, here's our green bean casserole. All brown on the top. And I've got the Mexican street corn in the oven, so I'll show y'all that in just a minute. Okay, y'all, here's the Mexican street corn. And I didn't leave it in the oven for it to brown, but it tastes like Mexican street corn off the cob. So, I'm going to get some plates made and show y'all what we eat for lunch today. Okay, here's my plate. I've got the green bean casserole and the Mexican street corn and a salad that we made out of cucumber and tomato and zesty Italian dressing and garlic and onion powder. And then meatloaf. So we're fixing to sit down and have lunch, and I'll talk to y'all again in a little bit. We had a good lunch today. Fun, visiting, some fellowship, and good food. I liked the green bean casserole. For my taste, I would put probably half that amount of soy sauce. But y'all can make it and see what you think about that your family would like. The street corn casserole was wonderful. And I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all that was actually a recipe for 1 or 2, and I doubled it. So if you want to make that for just 1 or 2 people, it's a perfect amount of servings. There was 3 of us and we have a serving left. So that's a great for 1 or 2 if you just half it. And the meatloaf was good. So I ended up cutting up half of an English cucumber and a tomato and putting some Italian dressing on it. We had a little bit of salad along with it. You saw that on the plate. It was yummy. So you know what? It's Sunday evening. And lunch is out of the way, and my company left, and I'm fixing to go sit down in my chair, and I can guarantee you I'm going to take a nap. I'll see y'all back in a day or 2 with something good, and in the meantime, y'all remember yesterday's history. Tomorrow's a mystery. We don't know what might happen. All we have is the present. It's a gift. Open it up and enjoy it. Make some memories. Make the most of today, because we ain't promised tomorrow. The good Lord bless and keep y'all. And I'll go in there and sit down and look at some cookbooks and see if I can find something new. And if not, I'll just open that recipe drawer and pull something out. I'll see y'all.